Howdy, howdy, folks. Welcome to Battle with Bronies. I am your host. My name is Everlasting Joy, along with my good friends Twilight is Magic and Mr. Ben. Uh, Sorry about that. I forgot to exit out of a previous stream I had up. I had the Brony State stream up to test something, and well, there you go. Anyway, I know a lot of you are going to want to talk about the season 4 opener. So let's open up with that just really quickly, all right? I don't want to spend more than 2 minutes on this. Just give me your first impressions of the season 4 opener. Quiet crowd today here, by the way. At least for now, of course. People are coming and leaving and leaving and coming. Yeah, for those of you wondering, yeah, I liked it. Definitely. That was a great opening, without a doubt. That was fantastic. But anyway, some other news that you guys probably didn't know about, but something that's worth mentioning. Last Tuesday, the 19th of November. Does that ring a bell to anyone? Babble with Bronies celebrated our 2-year birthday last Tuesday, so here's cheers to us. And before any of you ask, unlike last time, I'm not going to get nostalgic this time. I just wanted to point that out. I'm saving that for a future episode. The Your Story chapter, let's see, this would be 3, chapter 3. So at the end of season 2. Well, there's still time, Mr. Ben. I don't think a belated, that's what I'm looking for. Belated birthday present would be a bad thing. I could say something, but I'm not going to use String Shredder. But that's another story. Anyway, unless anyway, never mind. Let's move on. What was the other announcement that I wanted to say? I guess that's all we have for the most important stuff. Something I do want to note is some other quick piece I wanted to note to you guys. Oh yeah, normally I don't do those what did you think of the new episode things. And the reason I don't is because I don't like to give and the reason being is because I don't want to I just don't want to spend a lot of time in there. I like to have things simmer after a while. But I figured being the season 4 opener, we should at least address it. So don't get used to that. That's all I'll say. But finally, just the only other piece of news I have. The last piece of news is just the Brony State movies for November 29th and 30th. The A movie is Sneakers. Pony 1 is Over a Barrel. The B movie is The Room. I honestly don't know what to say to that. I really don't. And Pony 2 is Look Before You Sleep. So stop on by November 29th and 30th for our movie nights. You can, on Friday, It will be shown at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And on the 30th, there will be a 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time encore for the European encore. So if movies are your thing, stop on by. If not, just have fun hanging out here. That's what I always say. I should I I should note, folks, I think there will be lag this today. So bear with me as yeah, we're going to encounter some lag. Forgive me for that. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, there is one last piece of news I do have. Main comic number 13 is now available, so for all you comic lovers out there, it's got the downloads and all that fun jazz for all your likings. So if you're into the comics, pick them up. I'll pick this one up some point anyway. Don't know exactly when, but do expect it. Other than that, have fun with it. All right. Videos or art first, folks? We only have 2 videos this week, albeit one of them I'm only going to play. The other one I'm just going to mention some stuff. What else? So that's just something to bear in mind. Two art, 3 art. I think I'm just going to call this one, folks. It's a landslide. We're starting with the art. I swear I'm forgetting something. I can just feel it, but whatever. All right. Why don't I get one out here before I call him? And the one I want to get out first. We have a lot of comics this week. Oh, which one do I want to choose? So many good ones here, folks. We'll go with this one by BwB, titled Rain Boom. Quote, I imagine flight to be quite the elation. End quote. I saw this one and it was a no-brainer. I loved the coloring he did with this one. It was absolutely fantastic. The layering, the detail, absolutely fabulous. High quality VA work, my foot. There's the link. And why don't we move on? All right. Sounds like he's here, so let me get it set up, folks.
Oh boy. Okay, that was
Certainly.
all right.
Why it's not showing up on the stream, I have no clue, but I'm assuming everyone can hear you. So, Tox, you ready?
Sure. Just have to double check that. You have to just make sure that your streamers can actually hear it or actually see it or online.
They usually can. It's the only way that they don't is if I think the way if they can't hear me, they can't hear you. So I think we're safe.
Oh.
And they're complaining about some of the. I think that was just the initial stuff. Anyway, so which comic do you want to get started with?
Um. I don't know. I don't know. See, I don't know who's. I don't know what's so loud about it.
I
I don't
think
know
it
if
was
it's my end
just.
or.
I think it was just the initial stuff. I wouldn't worry about it.
Huh. I'm just trying to. I don't know. I'm just trying. Well, we gotta just double check the volume. So it's like, whoa.
You want to start off with your shirt? Get that done with.
Sure. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, this one, folks, is
Oh,
titled "Moonlight Wear Luna."
that's what's going on. My volume is really high, apparently. That's what they said. But yeah, we can continue with it. I'll lower the volume on my own.
Yeah, it was. It's fine now.
Okay.
So we're fine. And that's what I figured. Anyway, tell us about your T-shirt here.
Okay, there we go. Um. All right, now, that shirt is basically the print that you saw a couple weeks ago. I decided to make that into a shirt. Now, this one has been in the wakes for quite a while because um, basically Wheel of Fine got really picky about it, and I'm trying to describe how basically Wheel of Fire was really picky about the whole thing because I had to move and adjust the actual tail and stuff like that because they're like, oh my god, too much whatever butt shots as they refer to it. I'm like, who cares? I don't do that stuff. But so I had to readjust it, and it finally went online. About less than 2 weeks ago, I just decided to finally make a post about it, and that's the new shirt of her that I have
Okay,
available.
cool.
It's a good shirt. It's just it's interesting. All I can say is that basically I did the old I basically redid the old shirt. I'll put it that way, and made it a lot better. This is how it should have been.
Okay,
And I like it.
let's. Shall we move on to your comics?
Sure. Yeah. And then the last thing I'll say while you're getting the comic up is that shirt is officially a Hasbro licensed shirt on Wheel of Fine. So yeah, just follow the link in the description if you want it.
All right. Yeah, link if you want it, folks, in the description, as he said. So go and support him.
Yeah,
Tell him.
me. Yay.
Tell him I
We're,
sent you.
and we're Luna. Everybody loves We're Luna. So that's the last official product I'm going to have of her until March.
Let's go with knocking on wood here.
Yes, that comic. I like that one. That was a good comic. If it
You
ever
wanna?
loads.
Well, there's only Derpy's line. I'll read it. I'll read it.
Yeah, you read it. Yeah. Your net is slow today.
Hmm?
Your net is kind of slow today.
I've got others on the network, so yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, if you have lag, just refresh people. I think we're finally stabilizing. Whoa! That was totally awesome! Way to go, guys! You totally nailed it! Why do I get the impression that this was after the Flim Flam brothers ran that fence post over for the bajillionth time?
Actually, it kind of was. I, I didn't make the connection with it until I started working on it. I'm like, oh, that's right. But I did reference the fence just because I wanted to double check. how the fences look on the farm. Now, I don't really draw the fences with three uh, beams, I should say, three horizontal beams. I like doing it with two,
Hmm.
because I've seen it both ways. But no, this is one of my better drawn comics of Big Mac. I'll put it that way.
It
Had a lot of fun with this one.
looks like it.
I mean, well, again, there are some things about these. Remember, I started all these backgrounds that you saw. There are all separate backgrounds. They all started from scratch with just a blank nothing on there. So they take this one took quite a while. That last panel actually was the hardest panel I've had to do in about 2 weeks worth of material so far.
Oh wow.
It's because I didn't really know, I had no game plan. Every background that you saw there, I winged it. There was no planning. Just I just referenced a couple of Apple family things, just get what the hills and trees look like colors wise, and then I'm like, okay, you know what, screw this. We're gonna just there's no game plan for this.
Well, it turned out fantastic.
It turned out pretty good. I'm actually a little surprised. And everybody was still complaining like, "Where's Applejack's hat?" I'm like, well, that's because she doesn't have one, as you see in the premiere of Cutie Mark Chronicles. I never draw her with the hat. I like to think
Uh,
that's a different time that she got it.
Say, unless you're drawing her as a older pony.
Yes, that's when I'll add the hat. Other than that, nope.
All right, let's
Screw the
go
hat.
with this one titled "Time Zoned."
Oh
Oh,
god, this is
my
this.
voice is
Mhm.
gonna hurt here.
I could do it. Hang on, let me
Oh,
get.
you want
Let
to
me
do
get
it with me?
I'm gonna do this. All right, let me get the comic up on my end, which is gonna take 2 seconds. Go to DeviantArt. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Load. And there it is. All right, cool. Uh, there's three voices. It's either Rarity or Sweetie Belle, but the Sweetie Belle only has one single line in it.
That's true. Who do you want?
Uh, we can alternate panels.
Nah, I always like to keep the voices per person.
Okay.
I'll take Rarity. You can have Sweetie Belle. I'll be
Okay.
generous.
Okay.
Sweetie Belle, do you have any idea what time it is?
4 p.m.
No, 4 a.m. I've been worried. I've been up all night worried sick about you. You're in so much trouble when we get home. I like that yanking her tail.
That was actually a very I went a little bit more interesting with the poses in this one because I'm not used to drawing normal. Someone was saying, did I work in this comic since the premiere, or did I do it? No, this comic I did. I started it last Sunday, so a week ago I started this one, and I finished it very, 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 very late Friday, like, or you could say early Saturday. Like, I finished it at 5 in the morning.
Mhm. That would put it
That,
technically Saturday.
yeah, I guess you could say that. Um, but yeah, that was the one thing I didn't stream that I put in like extremely last second was that last panel, that little dirt trail that she's being dragged upon, because I wanted to have it in there, but I kind of almost ran out of time when I was working on it. Um, but no, I mean, this is a comic that I only did based off the premieres.
Sure.
That's why I mean, there you could say that this could be slightly canon.
I don't see
Um,
why not.
between there's a scene where before you go to Rarity's first clip that some stuff happens, but everybody's like, "Oh, the magic's not working." Well, forget that. I don't care. I mean, this again. I did this before the actual episode. Um, I did it before the episode aired.
Sure.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. The actual backgrounds in this were probably some of the more tougher backgrounds I've had to do in quite a while. Because if you look at the last panel that you're on right now,
Hmm.
that panel I had to somehow do half and half with a lot of stuff.
The
I
day and
couldn't.
night.
Yeah, basically I had to select every single layer there and do its own separate. I couldn't. I could just duplicate the layer on some of these, like the ground detail. I duplicated the layer
Hmm.
and deleted the overcoated layer and just made it hashed down like that. But then some of the back stuff with the sky, I actually had to go in there and do the brightness tool on a separate layer and completely drag it down, then erase it and stuff like that.
Sure.
But it's the only way I could get the message across of what's really going on in the comic.
All right.
Hmm.
Anything else?
Um, no, except I'm working on another comic that's based off the premiere right now, and I'm not gonna lie, I hate drawing adult ponies because I'm not used to drawing them. Actually, and I'll say this: that those two rarity pictures, the three rarity things that you see in there, were the first time since March that I actually drew an adult pony that was not a DVZ pony.
Oh, geez. Has it been that
So,
long?
hmm and now I have to do an entire season's worth of them now. So,
Well, get back into the swing of things, I guess.
I, I am. Although I won't be doing a comic based off episode 3. I'm
Okay.
gonna try and get ahead on episode 4, starting next week, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll
Cool.
have a comic out this week. Another one, working
Excellent.
on it right now. All right, cool. Well, we're all set.
Yep.
All
See,
right.
thank you very much, Tox.
Yep, no problem. I'll be looking in the. Are we going lurking in the chat?
Lurking.
Yes, lurking. I go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Toxic Mario. It's always fun when he comes on. Anyway, um, let's go with this next one by Citra360 titled Best Pillow. Quotes. I can imagine Dash I can imagine Dash loves being a jerk and just randomly using them as a pillow. I know I did that a lot with my own friends. End quote. I saw this one and I just thought, I gotta put this one on just because it's an absolutely, I think it's a cute concept. There's no need for shipping, but, why not? Oh, and that book, by the way, Humans Culture. Why do I get the feeling that Twy wrote that? But I'm not going there. Yeah, her book is Annoy Friends. Dash's book. Well, Dash would be in for a rude awakening, Matt the Shadow Man. There's some truth to that Twilight is magic. But I'm not going to go there. Go on, Tox. I'm waiting. I wish I could say who that is, but I have no clue. And don't link, well, you can link to it in the chat for everyone else's reference, but I have no clue who that is, so you're going to have to bear with me. Anyway, let's go with this next one by Looted, titled Discord. This is one that I saw and I just knew I had to put in there. Why? Okay, I'm just reading the chat there. It's because Discord lends to Looted's style. I know Twilight is Magic already put that in the comments, but I do have to agree with him on that one. And yeah, just take a look at this, folks. I'm just going to kind of let this one speak for itself. An umbrella. That umbrella that he opened at the season 2, episode 1 ending, Mr. Ben? That's what he's carrying. Although, you know what? Yeah, I could totally see that happening. Twilight is Magic. Umbrella. Shovebrella. Umbrella is better. Shavella. Ella. Ella. Okay, that's... I like that, Matt the Shadow Man. All right. I know I saw him on the other side, and I hope he is watching this. So I'm going to go with. I'm going to do a comic here titled A Bad Loser by Colt Steel Stallion. I I lost? What the hey? Yeah, this is one that I saw and I just laughed my head off. Why? Because it's so true. I know people like this. How is that possible? I just lost in a video game. Damn it! You honking cheater! Luna, watch your language. You might hurt some pony's feelings. Don't worry, sis. This is definitely a tough guy. You honk! No pony loves you! And Sweetie Belle never played games again. I'll take that as a compliment, Fidget Fluttershy, but I'm honestly not 100% sure of that. All right. Okay, we'll go with this one. This next one is by Beavernator, titled Hugs and Socks for Tia and Wuna. I won't read too much into the description. I'll just kind of let this one speak for itself. I wanted to put this one on because it was just uber cute, folks. Hold on. That's much better. Anyway, yeah, this one is just uber cute, and I thought, you know what? I haven't shown enough cute on here. I haven't shown enough cute on here, and I thought, you know what? I think I'll put it on this week. Micro Luna. I think those socks look really cute on Celestia myself. It complements her well. Mr. Ben. No, what you're seeing, folks, is Celestia is supporting Luna by her wings. So that's what's going on. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's go with this one. I think I've got a. Let's go with this one by Epic Rainbow Crafts, titled Fluttershy Plushie Beanie with Bunny Hoodie. Quote, she's about 27 centimeters long, or 10 to 11 inches, long laying down, made out of minky fabric. Uh, she is for sale. That is something I want to put. Large details picture on for sale on eBay. So, if this interests you, you can buy it. I swear I've got one more. I do. That's right. Somewhere I do. Trying to remember if I just forgot to put a if I forgot something this week or not. If I didn't, I'll cover it next week. If not, then we're lucky. Uh, let's go with this. Oh, I know which one I should go with. Now, this next one you guys probably saw, and if I pronounce the name incorrectly, I hope you can understand that I get confusing names sometimes. So this next one is by Rue Khan, titled My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Before I enlarge it, quote, in celebration of season 4, a collage with most characters in the series. I didn't put too many background characters or characters that only appear in one episode, so there aren't many. I explain the image, why the image is divided into 6 sections: royalty, the protagonists, the pets, friends, family, CMC, and background ponies, villains and enemies, and the counterparts. Just Twilight because she's the protagonist. So yeah, let's browse this behemoth of a file. Seriously, it is big. Just trying to get a good center on it. He put a huge amount of effort into this. It's just, yeah, I took one good look at this and my jaw just hit the floor. Angel. Tom. I really like these shadow effects he has with the characters like Trixie, Sunset Shimmer, and the like. Let's move on, folks. All right, let's do another comic, just because you guys love them so much. This is Pixel Kitties. The Day of the Alicorn comic. Dear Princess Celestia, I have failed you. The Day of the Alicorn, a comic by Pixel Kitties. I've tried to live up to your hopes and believe in as much as me as you believe in me. I've tried to live by your example. Tried and failed. I'm sorry, Equestria, but your princess is in another castle. Ugh. This princess can't see the forest through the... tree! Oh! Okay, big tree thingy. Let's find out if your bark is worse than these vines. Bite? Vines don't bite, so poke, sticky, poke, poke. That word sounds more weird. That word sounds more weird when you say it. Poke. The Larch of Harmony, Harbor Ex Machina. Funny. Anyway, now I can finally prove myself and save Princess Celestia and Luna. For a millennia, the Tree of Harmony has waited beneath the castle ruins, unseen by pony eyes, untouched by hooves, and unsullied by... By the way, this was before it came out. So this comic was made... I should have said this at first, and I'm sorry. Quote, this comic was made based solely off of the previews that I'd seen. End quote. Yeah, check out some of these markings, folks, just before you go. Again, subtle. Unsullied by staples? Funny, all of these callbacks. This is an outrage! Who would presume to defile the sacred Tree of Harmony that I just found out about 20 minutes ago? Who would corrupt this hallowed sanctuary with this exceptionally detailed fourth season Flash animation? Who thinks that Trixie and I are archers working for that evil corporation in RoboCop? That was funny. Again, Bad Wolf. That I give credit though, given the other big thing that was that happened this weekend. Ugh. And who, in the name of all things pony, takes only one wing from the Princess Flyer? Wah, wah, wah. This next one comes from our good friend Assassin Monkey, titled Guardians of Our World. Do I really need to say much here, folks? I love the lighting he did for not only both the princesses, but the void at the top. It kind of reminds me of, what is it? I almost want to say the Atafagos from Tales of Vesperia, but I don't know if that's appropriate enough. What I will say is I love the detailing he put with the swirls on the bottom. He did a very nice job on the detailing there. You don't need to remind me of that, Matt the Shadow Man. Absolutely gorgeous. Hmm. Oh, now I'll do a comic. I swear. You know what? I'm going to go with this one. This one is titled I Forgive You by the Art Tricks. Yeah, love that name, by the way. Really, I do. I don't remember how I found this one, but I'm really glad I did. Quote, the idea for this one is pretty straightforward. Rarity and Sweetie Belle embrace each other after what is presumably an argument. Tears roll down their cheeks as they realize just how much they love and appreciate one another. End quote. That was one thing that I noted, Twilight is Magic, is I checked his gallery and he definitely has an Enoch style to it. Yes, unique, before anyone jumps on me. And that was one of the reasons I wanted to pick this one up. It's kind of like a mix between Wind Waker cell shading style, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and a more and the ponies themselves. It's really, really quite cool. Right. Rarity. That works too, Iwa. All right. Let's move on. Ah. All right, we got a three-part or three-page comic here, folks. This and here's for your guys' entertainment, of course. It will also there will be more next week, and possibly even beyond that. But anyway, you guys probably saw this one titled "Cadence Gets a Makeover," page 1. He did what? I can't believe that. Cadence! Hold on a second. Hold on a second, Wishes. Duty calls. What? Can you come up? What is it? I can't sleep. Why not? I'm not tired. Again. Well, what would make you tired? I could sing you a lullaby. Hmm. I know. We could do makeovers. That'd make me tired. Page 1. Page 2. Please. Oh, I don't know, Twilight. Wouldn't you rather read a book or something? That was funny. Come on, Cadence. We'll have lots of fun. Uh, Pretty please. Please. Fine. Yay! Twilight, where did you run to now? Hmm? Oh, there you are. What are you doing? I'm getting ready. We can. I really hate it when Windows 7 does that. I'm getting ready. We can use Mommy's stuff. See? Oh dear. Page 2. Thank you, Mr. Ben. Bloody trolls. But you can't have a makeover without makeup! It says so on Chapter 8, page 278, paragraph 4 of Makeovers for Idiots, the complete guide. That too was funny. But are you sure we need lipstick? Of course! And mascara? Yep. Alright, Katie, it's all ready. Will you do me first? I'd love that, Twilight. I could have stuffed this with even more comics talks. I really could have. Yay! Anything to keep you out of my mane. Literally. Page 3. So yeah, stick around for more fun, folks. Yeah, there's going to be more. Ow. Oh wow, we've only got 2 pieces left. That was the last comic, too. This one is titled Curious by Nature by Rain Gear. Blow this one up a little bit. By the way, does this style look any at all familiar, folks? Before I get on to my critique of it, yeah, there's something that I wanted to ask. The style seems so familiar. It glows. This I saw this one and I swore it was one by Vardis Touch. That was one of the reasons that I wanted to put it on here. But no, it's not. It's by Rain Gear, of course. And yeah, just look at this. Fantastic job with the scope on this. He's got a great perspective. I love the focal point here in the center, as you can see. And having Fluttershy off to the side like this creates a great 1/3, 2/3 ratio to the image itself. So Rain Gear knew what he was doing. Oh, he is here. I really got to do a better job of that. I'm sorry, Rain Gear, that I didn't see you there until just now. Anyway, do you, Rain Gear, have anything you want to say about this piece on your behalf? Minor hiccup. Yeah, it was just a minor hiccup, folks. That's not necessarily a bad thing, Rain Gear. As Citra put it, then you spot the flaws. So that's because of the wing in the way, Rainbow Crash. Anyway, I feel we should move on. And last on our list of art, we have Your Guardian of Dreams by an old friend, Perry Dodo. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Quote, cradled in the moonlight, showered in comets' streams, there is a princess of the night, your own guardian of dreams. A piece, with a spontaneously added poem, done by Stargaze Shriekin 1. Hope I pronounced that correctly. I read you the first time talks, but I am going to just pass on that for time's sake. Or PM it to me. Private message it to me. I'll pick it up, talks. And as long as it's clean, I'll show it. Anyway, this was done for Stargaze Shriekin 1 and his baby daughter. I wanted to do something nice for her, and the least I could do was draw something to decorate her crib. I figured she could use someone to watch over her sleep, and who could do that better than the Princess of the Night herself? No pesky nightmares will escape Luna's sight. All the best to the little family. You always have my support. Never forget that. What made me really pick this up was because of the styling. I like this roundish style she has here. I absolutely adore this. It's cute, and what perfect a place to what perfect a place to put it but in a child's room. I don't care what anyone says. I like it. All right. I'm going to Oh, I have to link this for you guys. Here is his DeviantArt as requested. And that's it for art. So we're going to move on to videos. Now, got it? Tox is linking me to a picture I was going to show next week anyway, so I'll just show it next week. It'll save us some time. Yeah, if you something worth noting, people, if it's a person I show very regularly, chances are good I'll be showing their stuff at some point. Also, if I haven't gotten to it, especially if it's released late in the week, chances are I'll just put it on next week's show. You'd be surprised how many times I get a full show queue, and I have to say, I got to put it on next week's show or else we're going to be running over. So, yeah. Yes, I trust you, Tox. But anyway, the point is as I was saying, I have to. There's come a point where I have to cut the content off for time's sake. It's not fun, but yeah, I have to do it. Anyway, been a long time since we've heard from these guys. But we have a video from Brony Off. If you haven't heard them before, we interviewed them way back in episode 1, folks. So, if you want the skinny on those, on Brony Off, go there. But what I will say is they're currently running a Best Pony contest. You can get all of the details in the video, which is, here we go, copy. The reason I'm not showing it is just because, is because it's, a contest and all. However, the skinny of it is create something like a poem, a piece of art, a short story, etc., describing why a pony, whichever pony, sticking to the canon main 6, is the best. You submit it to all the details there. Also, let's see here. I think that's about it. If you're interested, watch the video. If you aren't, then, well, still watch the video. Check it out. All right, and lastly on our list is, I got this one sent in early last week, titled Mother Changeling, featuring Amelia Bedelia and Other Changelings by San Joseph. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
My darling dears, your mother's here. My love protects you, there's no need to fear. I'm so sorry it all went wrong. Let me sing you a little song. We took the bride, I took her form, and all of you prepared a mighty storm. But our efforts were brought down low. Tears of joy turned to tears of woe. But worry not, your mother has a plan. We will return and we'll take back the land. Strength in numbers we have on side, so we will have the final laugh. Now listen close to what I have to say. Prepare to fly and we will win the day. If you're patient, we'll carry on, and our foes will all soon be gone. We must be smart, we must be wise, we must be quick if we're to claim the prize. The dear princess controls the sun, and she's worshipped by everyone. Her protege and all her friends must be dealt with before the story ends. Careful planning is what we need. This is what Mother has decreed.
The hive mind be the strong that faith in our mother. She will sway
and pretend to bite and hide and sing and call my name. Equestria will never be the same. We must act now, the time is soon to take down both the sun and moon. And then we'll fix that any time of day, and we will run every single way. No more hiding, we will be free. When the ponies look out to sea, a mighty smoke consuming the world, a changeling army with its fangs of fur. Food unplenty for all I kin. Over others we all shall win. Sing, my darlings, sing. Must take care, we must be ready, and we can't fight fair. With the buzzing of countless wings, gather all your most precious things and follow me as we take flight. We can't stop now because the time is right. Raise your voices and fill the air. Hidden monsters were everywhere. The only side is coming to an end. An age of changeling will begin again. We will conquer and we will rule, and the ponies will be our fools. They all will fall for our masquerade, and they won't have the faces on parade. Let's make haste so we can proceed. This is what Mother has decreed. Yes, my darlings, we shall prevail. The time for changelings is nigh. Go, my precious babies, go forth and conquer everyone. It's so cool to be alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mother Changeling, featuring Amelia Bedelia and other changelings. There's the song. Now, she asked me to link to her Bandcamp and copy, paste. Check it out. Check it all out, folks. All right. A little bit over time, but that's okay. So, y'all ready for the ponies? Yeah, I know you are. I'm not going to wait for that.
Attention, every pony! Attention! The official Rainbow Dash fan club will come to order. Let's get right down to our first order of business. I motion that Rainbow Dash be declared the most awesome pony in Ponyville.
I second the motion. And might I add that if you looked up the word awesome in the dictionary, there would be a picture of Rainbow Dash.
Yeah!
Check. I think the word awesome is played out. Rainbow Dash deserves better. I motion that we declare her the most stupendous pony.
Stupendous? Is that the best you got? I motion that we declare her wonderific,
Astonishing.
breathtaking,
Astounding.
bedazzling.
What about super ultra extreme awesome amazing?
All in favor of declaring Rainbow Dash the most super ultra extra, whatever you said, pony in all of Ponyville, say aye.
Aye.
My little pony, my little pony. My little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure,
Tons of fun,
a beautiful heart, faithful and strong.
sharing kindness.
It's an easy feat, and magic makes it all complete to have mine. Do you know you are my very best friends?
What a beautiful day. There's nothing like a dip in the clouds to make a Pegasus feel super relaxed. Looks like my sky swim will have to wait. I'm Rainbow Dash, and I'm here to rescue you. Wow, what's with this crowd? Thanks, every pony. It was really no big deal.
To me it was. You're my hero, Rainbow Dash. That Rainbow Dash sure is something.
Something special.
Oh no! There's something wrong with the baby! She's not cheering for every pony's favorite hero, Rainbow Dash!
There just aren't enough words in the dictionary to describe Rainbow Dash's awesomeness.
I can think of a few new words.
And I bet modest is not one of them.
No, but she is kinda awesome.
Never fear, your friendly neighborhood Rainbow Dash is here!
We'd be lost without you! You're our hero, Rainbow Dash! Rainbow Dash! Rainbow Dash!
I can't hear you!
Rainbow Dash! Rainbow Dash! Rainbow Dash! Rainbow Dash! Rainbow Dash! Rainbow Dash! Rainbow Dash!
Call me silly, but I think this whole hero thing might be going to Rainbow Dash's head.
You may be right, silly.
And then I zoomed into the well. I knew it would be dark and dangerous, but I didn't let that stop me. Danger's my middle name. Rainbow Danger Dash. Thinking back on it, I acted pretty awesomely heroic that day. Awesomely heroic that day and awesomely arrogant ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Applejack, how would you like to be immortalized as my friend? Immortal what?
Are you taking notes?
Yep, I've been hoof-picked by Rainbow Dash herself to write her autobiography.
Autobiographies are supposed to be written by the pony they are about.
Maybe for your normal run-of-the-mill ponies. But I'm far too busy saving lives to stop and write. That's why I hired Spike as my ghostwriter.
Ah! Spike's a ghost!
Anyway, Spike here writes down everything I say. Don't you, Spike? Don't you, Spike? Got it! This way, I can stay focused on performing those acts of bravery that no pony else has the guts to perform. Yeah, it takes guts, but it also takes brains, and sometimes a big lunch in an half. Being a hero is surely not for every pony, but I'm up to the challenge. There you go.
Someday, I want to be just like you.
Aim high, kid, but don't aim for the impossible.
Don't you think you should go and help?
Yeah, I've got a good 10 seconds to spare. Just a couple more. Attention is unbearable. Will Rainbow Dash make it on time?
Holy turnips! That pony came out of nowhere!
I've never seen such bravery in all my life.
That's right. Ponyville has a new hero. A mysterious mare that has done well by our fair city today. I dub this new masked hero the Mysterious Mare-Do-Well.
Mare-Do-Well, huh? Well, that mare would do well to stay out of my way. Ponyville's only got room for one hero, and that hero is me. Never fear, your friendly neighborhood rainbow.
Excuse me? Do you think you could skip your catchphrase and just hurry up and save us?
Fine. Picky, picky.
Thank you, Mare-Do.
I can't believe it! Mare-Do-Well is stronger than me? Well, a hero is more than just muscle. And she's gonna learn that the hard way. Never fear, your friendly neighbor. Never fear. I'm coming. Hold
Look out for the slug! Watch out for thorns! On your left! You're right left!
Here you go. Safe and sound. Well, Mare-Do-Well, or should I call you Mare-Do-Slow? You're gonna have to pick up the pace if you want to compete with me, because I move like lightning.
Actually, she saved all of us. We owe her our lives.
Okay, she's strong, fast, and somehow knows what's gonna happen ahead of time. I gotta step up my game. If the dam breaks, the whole town will be flooded. Looks like Ponyville needs a hero. Easy peasy. My game is officially back on. If only some pony were here to pat me on the back. I'll have to do it myself. You? I suppose you want me to think. You gotta be kidding me. Let me get this straight. She's strong, she's agile, and she's magic. Ugh! How do I compete with that? Wait a minute. I do have a leg up on her, and that leg is wings. Ha! Take that, Mare-Do-Well. Oh, for the love of Pete. Gotta hand it to the girl. That Mare-Do-Well sure can pull off some pretty heroic feats.
I must say, I was impressed by that spell she used to fix the dam. Seems like something like that would take quite a bit of study.
She really cares about every pony's safety.
Have you seen her costume? It is to die for.
If you ask me, she's a hero of fashion.
And she's modest and humble. She lets her actions speak for themselves. Gotta admire that. I don't have to admire that. I don't think she's all that great. She's great. I didn't say that.
Sounds like some ponies jealous.
Who, me?
Rainbow Dash is jealous.
Don't break that, Spike.
Correction. Rainbow Dash is very jealous.
Fine, laugh all you want. But I'll be the one laughing when I prove to you all that I'm just as good. No, that I'm a better hero than Mare-Do-Well. No sign of trouble here, darn it. Buses and baby carriages are always careening down this hill. Where's an out-of-control vehicle when you need one? There are absolutely no freak natural disasters going on anywhere. How am I supposed to prove myself when everything's so normal and safe? Hold it right there, Granny Smith. You don't have to pretend with me. I can see that you're in way over your head here.
What yet?
You're putting on a brave face. I get it, but you don't have to anymore. I'll help you cross the street.
Actually, I can cross the street just fine.
Don't worry. You're in extremely capable hands. Here we are, safe and sound. A good and heroic citizen deserves a little recognition, don't you think?
I didn't want to cross the street in the first place.
Some pony's in trouble. You'd better let me handle this, ma'am. For your own safety, I must ask you to stand back.
Oh, brother.
what I just did. Would you say I was amazing?
Aren't you milking this a bit?
Please, just answer the question. Was I or was I not amazing?
No, you're amazing, all right. And amazingly...
Oh, look! Another great feat of heroism. I have just saved that grass.
From what?
From weeds. Weeds that were attempting to eat this lawn.
Lame.
Oh, who am I kidding? All any pony talks about is Mare-Do-Well this and Mare-Do-Well that. What about me? How could every pony forget about me so easily? I mean, have I changed? Same sleek body, same flowing mane, same spectacular hooves. Nope, I'm still awesome. They're wrong. But then why am I all alone? I hate being all alone.
Hey, Rainbow Dash!
I knew it! No need to apologize, Squirt. Any pony can make a mistake.
Mistake? What mistake?
Wait a minute. Why are you here?
To invite you to join us. We're heading off to the thank you parade for Ponyville's greatest hero, Mare-Do-Well.
No! No way! Can't you see I want to be alone? I love being alone.
Oh, okay. See you later then.
Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna thank her. Thank you, Mare-Do-Well, whoever you are, for ruining it. Hey, Squirt! Wait up!
Welcome to Ponyville's first, but surely not last, thank you parade in honor of our city's greatest hero, the Mysterious Mare-Do-Well!
The Mysterious Mare-Do-Well, huh? So what are you hiding? Let's see how mysterious you are without that mask! What the hey? I got you now! All right, Miss Mysterious. Mystery solved! Ah! Pinky? Huh? Twilight? Applejack? There were 3 of you?
Yep, we all played Mare-Do-Well at different times.
I stopped the carriage bus with these babies. Bucky McGillicuddy and Kix McGee.
I saved the construction workers with my pinky sense.
Sorry!
It's all right.
And I used my magic to fix the dam.
Ooh, and I did the flyby afterwards. I made the costumes. Fabulous if I do say so myself.
I don't understand. Why? Don't you want me to be a hero?
Of course we want you to be a hero.
But a real hero doesn't brag. I guess I did start to brag a little.
A little?
Okay, a lot.
Celebrating your accomplishments is natural, but
Rubbing them in every pony's face is not.
Yeah, the only thing that should be rubbed in any pony's face is chocolate cake.
I think we're getting off topic here.
what we're trying to say is, it's great to be really good at something, but it's important to act with grace and humility.
Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah, you're right. And I guess I should also act with grace and humility when others outshine me. Like Mare-Do-Well.
Sounds like you've got a letter to write to Princess Celestia.
Already got it covered. As your ghostwriter, I've already penned a letter to the princess. That's nice of you, Spike, but I really want to write this letter myself.
Oh, come on! I wrote the whole thing already!
Okay, let's hear it.
Dear Princess
Look out! It's a real ghost!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mysterious Mare-Do-Well. All right. Let's hear your usual stuff, folks. You know, what do you... Your initial thoughts and all that. In case you're wondering why I'm rubbing my head, I'll explain that in a second. Rainbow Dash's best pony. I do like that of yours. 10 out of 10. It sucked. IGN. No, I'm rubbing my head because you guys remember how a couple episodes ago, I don't know if I said it, how I would, if I got out of doing Luna Eclipsed alive, I would be happy because I always assumed, that I would have to be saying, no, I don't like this episode, amongst a torrent of people who would kill me for it. But this episode would be the exact opposite. I would have to be defending it amongst a stream of people hating it and wanting to kill me for it. So, yes, I'm... The headache comes from partially that and partially the amount of work I've been putting into this episode. I wanted to be prepared for everything. Every single possible argument. Every single possibility. And I've got so many on here. Let me paint you a picture, folks. I've put the most amount of show notes into this episode. I've got about... I've got about 2 pages worth of show notes just on Rainbow Dash here. And I've got another half a page on the others. Altogether, I've got about about 4 pages worth of just show notes. Let me paint you a picture. Even on big episodes like the Grand Galloping Gala one or something to like a season premiere or end, I only have at most maybe about 3 or 4 at the most. And that's just, like I said, for season finales and premieres, folks. So this is just a regular in the middle episode. So yes, I wanted to prepare, and I damn well hope I am. So, What do you guys? I know we kind of already answered what we have to say about this, but I don't know exactly where to start with this one. I don't think we're going to be talking much about the episode at specific points. I think we're going to be talking more about generalities and more general things like Rainbow Dash, the other five. Someone mentioned people's critiquing of this episode. Certainly, I want to get to that one. So I think why don't we start somewhere there? What do you mean by that, Rainbow Ash? I'm waiting on Rainbow Ash's response, so work with me here. Okay. Let me point some things out here, Rainbow Ash. First of all, you mean ego. The basic idea is RD's ego gets overinflated. Yes. Duh, that's Rainbow Dash. You're not arguing if it's new or anything, but I can name several instances where that's happened. I'm not going to, that's not the point. But Tim brought this up somewhere in the episode. Here's a question worth asking. Exactly what Mr. Ben just said right there. Even if they did confront her, would Rainbow Dash have listened? Hold that thought, Matt the Shadow Man. But yes, it does beg a question that would she have listened? And yeah, Twilight's Magic right there. So it's not like they were doing it out of their own it's not like they didn't try, let alone yeah, they pointed it out, but Dash would not listen. So then it begs this question. If Dash would not listen to them directly, or at least by direct confrontation, what's the alternative? If you can't tell them, show them. And that's a saying that's actually one of the sayings that I love is in storytelling, do not tell, show. It's cold, so forgive me. And the other point that you brought up concerning, what was it, that they were stroking their own ego. They can't be proud of their work. Reading this comment here. Right there what A.V. Brony said. Took the words right out of my mouth. All in all, a lot of this episode was giving Rainbow Dash a taste of her own medicine. If reason will not work, or no, that's wrong statement. The point is exactly what A.V. Brony said. At this point, they can't reason with her directly. They have to show her that she's wrong in her original ways. You know, be proud and heroic for the sake of being admired. Wrong. The point is, as they said, to be a hero, a good hero, one must conduct themselves with humility and grace. They don't, as it's been rattled in several comics before, heroes don't do what they do because someone wants the attention. Heroes do something because no one else will. Do you still think just trying to understand this. That's the case. That's partially a case of time use, Rainbow Ash. Having each one of the 6 go to her would have been a waste of time on the storytelling aspect, and partially it's because, again, do you think Rainbow Dash would have listened to any case of stop being an arrogant pony, tone it down? It still begs that question. What Raffle Me Out is putting right there. Hold that thought, Matt the Shadow Man. I'll get back to that. Thunderbolt, I refer you to what A.V. Brony just said. It's giving Dash a taste of her own medicine. Obviously, one could call it a case of hypocrisy on the basis of, well, hypocrisy. But I still file it under that because sometimes someone does need to get a taste of their own medicine to see the error of their ways. And they did at that press conference, Rainbow Ash. As someone, I think it was Twy or Mr. Ben, someone pointed out anyway that they attempted to at the that first press conference, Spike's a Ghost one. So again, it's not like they didn't try. Wither King Brony, I'm not going to ask that right now. At least hold off on that question. If anything, Matt the Shadow Man, it's exactly as I said in the beginning. some of this falls under you got to have an episode somehow. So here we are. First of all, I could ask what's wrong with being selfish, but I'm not going there. Second, obviously, of course, that just falls under a case of time use, Thunderbolt. And third, given that Mare-Do-Well is probably dismissed at this point, is irrelevant. Fourth, above everything here, just rereading it. Do you think they, the six themselves, have stopped saving people? Just letting the conversation roll here, folks. That's something I was hoping to not address this, Nittany, but yeah, that right there. And I guess this is something I'm going to be touching on. There's an episode after the season 2 finale, a discussion episode I want to get on how you guys review stuff. Don't answer that. I'm saving that for that episode. However, when I realized I got to this episode, I feel there's a point from there that I'm going to have to spoil, which sucks on my behalf. I would agree with that, Ken Colt, at least to some extent. But yeah, the message is it's okay to get attention, but not to beg for it. Spot on. Spot on. Love comes in many forms, Rainbow Ash, much like hatred. And some of it is not direct. Absolutely, Matt the Shadow Man. That's a definite yes. We'll get there, Raffle Me Out. That's an argument for another day, my brony side, but we're not going there. If they were to do it in character, Thunderbolt, then Dash would have to confront them. As in, there would be accountability on their part from the sense of Dash would confront them, which would just get ugly. If they were to hide their identity, we get what we saw in the episode. But if they didn't, then Dash would confront them just like in any other time she has. Right there, Mr. Ben. That's been my point this whole time, Ruffle Me Out. This could even beg the question of, I just thought of something here. If they would have, even though they don't, I don't know how to put this. Even if I take your road, Rainbow Ash, of they don't talk to her directly, whether it could be implied or direct. Here's a question. Again, would Rainbow Dash have listened? Should we waste the episode's time going down a pointless road? Fantastic. Right there, my brony side. Good point. True, I agree that failed attempts are important in storytelling. I've hammered that in before. It does beg a question, though, of episode management, which is something I can't speak on. I cannot speak on its behalf. I don't know how it was constructed and why they chose to put in what they did. That's what I'm trying to say. Methinks at this point, folks, we're just going to be getting into heated, ugly debates. At this point, what I mean is we're not going anywhere. So, why don't we move on to something else? I realize that what I'm going to say is virtually the same thing, but I will ask this question. What do you guys think of the episode overall? And I'm going to kind of lead this one off. When I look at this episode, folks, as a whole, I like to look at this one like I'm reading a comic book. It's going to be over the top. It's going to be silly. There's going to be cliches. There's going to be all of the things that you would expect out of a superhero comic book or even TV episode or movie. So when I look at this one, I like to look at it that way. I think that that's also an appropriate way of looking at this episode. But I'm going to ignore that for a moment. As an entirety, I still don't know, I still do not know where this episode got all of its hate. And I still don't understand that. I know I probably didn't give much in terms of substance to this episode in the debate part, folks. But most of it, I think, in my humble opinion, if what we've just realized here, a lot of it just comes from hair splitting. It's the fine details. It sounds like it's from the execution of very small, fine points. Some of us, like I just demonstrated, believe that Rainbow Dash would not have listened to a direct confrontation. So then it begs, and I'm guessing the writers or show staff, I'll umbrella them, thought, why should we waste time on something that's trivial, that's obvious? So that's why they went with the road they did. Others have an equally valid point, though. The other 5 should have confronted them. That's a legitimate point. And I'm guessing, like I just said, it was a case of pick your poison. Do we waste time with a direct confrontation, or do we waste time with another catastrophe or something, or whatever? And I guess they just picked the path they chose. I don't know. Of course, I don't work on the show staff, so I don't know this stuff. I'm only guessing. I could be completely wrong for all I know. On that note, though, the same could be said, like I said, of a lot of things. A lot of other things concerning this episode. Of that same nature. A lot of it sounds like it could have just been pick and choose. And they chose what they did. In my opinion, in terms of an entire wrap-up, that too is a legitimate point, Ken Colt. He's saying that the writers weren't writing for us, the 18-plus old bronies. They were writing for the target audience. Now, I will, of course, always defend that just because you're writing for kids, that doesn't mean that it has to suck. This show as a whole is proof of that. But, yeah, maybe that came into play there, Ken Colt. Again, don't know, but it's a valid and very good point. But as an overall, to me, yeah, I can easily agree with you on that one, Matt, but I'll talk to you later about that. Anyway, as an entire whole of this episode, in my humble opinion, folks, this one is up with over a barrel for me. It's not in my top 10, but it is nowhere near the bottom. In fact, it might be just sitting on the outside of that top 10, like 12, 11, 13, somewhere in that neighborhood. And the reason being for that is ignore the fact that I said the comic book thing. Something that I do like about this episode is that it keeps the action going. I can watch this episode and enjoy it. I can watch this episode and go, yeah, I'm loving this kind of thing. Which is more than I can say about some of the previous episodes we just did, like the Cutie Pox, where I said it's pretty blah, cut and dry, nothing much to it. So in terms of declaring this the worst episode ever, even of season 2, no, not by a long shot. But why is it not in my top 10? I forgot to mention that. Partially it's because people were saying there are other better episodes in there, and I agree. And partially, actually that's completely it, is because there are other better episodes out there. Some of the storytelling can be a bit wonky in this episode, and like I said, there are some other better polished episodes, like the next one, that are better polished episodes, like the next one, that overshadow this one. So Mysterious Mare-Do-Well basically just has to be placed outside of my top 10 simply by force, if you can call it that. But I'll tell you guys my top 10 when we get there. We're already running a little bit over time, but you know what? Screw it. There was a point Matt brought up that I wanted to there was some topic I think Matt brought up that I missed. What was it, Matt? Good point, Candaru. Right there. And that's fine. You can still think this is the worst episode. You can think my favorite episodes are the worst episodes, and that's just fine. Oh yeah, it was on Online Critics, and um, I'm just questioning if I want to address that point or not, Matt. Save that for the next episode. It's going to be a discussion episode. It's a non-episode discussion episode, so I think we'll save that one for the next episode. Before I sign off here, here's a question worth asking. And this goes to AV Brony, but this is addressed to everyone as well. Oh wait, never mind. I'm sorry. I read that improperly. What was your question, Wither King Brony? Sorry about that, AV Brony. If anything, Twilight is Magic and not Mr. Ben, Twilight and Matt the Shadow Man, the reason it's set up the way it is because I'm just as correct as you guys are. And that also means that I'm just as incorrect as you guys are. Told you we would have a bad day. Anyway, Wither King Brony, let me answer that question. Check out Wonderbolt Academy for some of this. Where in particular, look to the scene where they're checking who is wing pony and who is lead pony. Yeah, Mr. Ben, I am so looking forward to it. Let's try and avoid jumping there, folks. It's a subtler case. I'll tell you my point afterwards, Wither King Brony, but I don't want to spoil it for everyone else. That is, if you want me to, but we'll get there. Anyway, anything else concerning Mysterious Mare-Do-Well, folks? Okay, I think I'm just going to give it away because people are starting to ask me. The scene I'm referring to in Wonderbolt Academy, folks, what I like to think, and I could be wrong, of course, in Wonderbolt Academy, the scene where they have Rainbow Dash looking over who has lead in Wing Pony, I always like to think that Rainbow Dash learned from Mysterious Mare-Do-Well this episode. What happened is given that she now learned some humility, and yeah, I guess actually humility, I can just umbrella term this, that she learned some humility, and when she realized, oh darn, I didn't get lead pony. But instead of being confrontational or overall petulant, she realized, well, I can at least make the most of this, which she does. She takes the lead pony and she does a pretty darn good job of it. And then, the events transpire, and I'm not going to go any further than that. But do I think Rainbow Dash has changed? Yes. Yes, I do. Anything else, folks, before we wrap this up and I pull my hair out for editing purposes? And of course, I could go on, but that's one of the most obvious and one of my favorite examples. Yeah, I don't think we're going anywhere on MMDW, so let's wrap this up. Do you guys remember how I said a long time ago that there was going to be a discussion episode after this episode? Well, you guys wanted to talk about the writing staff a long time ago. That's what we're doing next week. We're going to be discussing the writing staff, folks. So stop on by with all your opinions on them and we'll go over them. The reason, before anyone asks, I'm saving it for now, partially to break up the episode review monotony, and partially because I wanted to get a Meriwether Williams episode out first. Have us review one. So, with that, join us again next week for that. Other than that, we want to thank you for stopping by for myself, Everlasting Joy, and my good friends, Mr. Ben and Twilight is Magic. We want to thank you all for stopping by. And until then, farewell.